Everyone is unique in their own way, but every once in a while, you come across people who make the world stop and stare. People whose appearances seem unreal, whose talents feel impossible, and whose lives make you wonder if limits are real at all. From rare genetics to unmatched intelligence, from historic bravery to cultural disruption, these 7 Black individuals didn't just stand out. They redefined what it means to be extraordinary. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why their stories continue to inspire the world. Number 7. Koudia Diop, the models who redefined the beauty. Let's begin with the Diop sisters from Senegal, Koudia and her siblings. Part of a family with genetic melanin levels so high that their skin appears almost blue-black in certain light. Koudia Diop was bullied mercilessly as a child, called Midnight and Darky, even within her own community, where colorism runs deep. But something shifted when she was a teenager. She began posting photos online, celebrating her skin tone rather than hiding it. The modeling industry, slowly waking up to diverse beauty standards, took notice. Today, Koudia walks runways internationally and has hundreds of thousands of followers who call her Melanin Goddess. What makes her story significant isn't just her success, it's how she transformed pain into power. She's spoken openly about how the same feature that made her a target as a child became her greatest asset as an adult. She represents people with very high melanin levels who've been marginalized even within Black communities. Number 6. Nyakim Gatwech, Queen of the Dark, a South Sudanese model whose skin is so dark that she's been called Queen of the Dark by her fans. Born in a refugee camp, she moved to America as a child and faced constant questions about her appearance. An Uber driver once asked if she'd ever considered bleaching her skin. Her response? She posted it online, sparking a global conversation about colorism and beauty standards. Gatwech now uses her platform to advocate for dark-skinned representation, particularly for South Sudanese refugees. She's not just a model. She's an activist challenging centuries of colorism that privileges lighter skin. Number 5. Asha Mandela, the Black Rapunzel. Asha Mandela holds the Guinness World Record for the longest dreadlocks in the world. Her locks stretch over 33 feet long, the result of more than 25 years of growth. Her journey wasn't easy. Her family strongly opposed her decision to grow dreadlocks, and her mother stopped speaking to her for 2 years. But Asha stayed committed. She describes her hair as a part of her soul and says cutting it would feel like losing a part of herself. Today, she runs a natural hair care business and inspires millions too. Number 4. Thondo Hopa, the albino activistas. Thondo Hopa is a South African model and lawyer born with albinism, a genetic condition affecting melanin production that occurs in about 1 in 20,000 people globally, though rates are higher in sub-Saharan Africa. Growing up in South Africa, Hopa faced discrimination from multiple angles. She wasn't Black enough for some, too different for others. But the real danger came from superstition. In several African countries, people with albinism have been hunted, mutilated, and killed because of beliefs that their body parts bring luck or wealth. Hopa could have hidden. Instead, she became one of the first models with albinism to work with major international brands. She earned her law degree and now advocates for people with albinism across Africa, fighting against the violence and discrimination they face. She's joined by activists like Josephat Turner from Tanzania, who survived an attack that cost him his arm as a child. He now runs Safe House for people with albinism, providing protection and education. His message is simple but profound. We are not ghosts. We are not magic. We are human beings. The statistics are horrifying. Tanzania alone has recorded hundreds of attacks on people with albinism in recent decades. But activists like Hopa and Turner are changing narratives, one story at a time. Number 3. Winnie Harlow, vitiligo, and the changing face of fashion. Winnie Harlow, born Chantel Brown Young in Toronto, has vitiligo, a condition where the immune system attacks melanin-producing cells, creating patches of depigmented skin. It affects about 1% of the population worldwide, but it's particularly visible on darker skin. Harlow was bullied so severely she attempted suicide at age 10. Kids called her Cow and Zebra. She dropped out of high school, but at 19, she was discovered by Tyra Banks for America's Next Top Model, and her career exploded. Today, she walks for Victoria's Secret, Fendi, and Diesel. She's worth millions, but more importantly, she's helped countless young people with vitiligo see themselves as beautiful rather than broken. What's fascinating is how vitiligo appears differently on every person who has it. No two patterns are identical. It's literally a unique fingerprint written across the skin. For Black individuals with vitiligo, there's an added layer of complexity around racial identity. How do you navigate Blackness when your appearance is constantly changing? Michael Jackson's vitiligo was mocked and disbelieved for years, contributing to harmful narratives about self-hatred. Today, thanks to activists like Harlow, we're having more nuanced conversations about skin conditions and identity. Number 2. Jalisha Nightingale, the Black model with blue eyes. Jalisha Nightingale was born in Barbados with deep melanin skin and piercing blue eyes. Growing up, she was bullied relentlessly for looking different. Many people believed her eye color wasn't natural, but it was inherited genetically from her father. As a teenager, the bullying became overwhelming, but everything changed when she moved to Europe and entered the modeling industry. What once made her a target became her greatest strength. Today, Jalisha is celebrated internationally and stands as proof that beauty has no single definition. Number 1. Mariam Nabatanzi, Mama Uganda. Mariam Nabatanzi is one of the most fertile women in recorded history. She gave birth to 44 children before the age of 40. Doctors later discovered she has a rare genetic condition that causes hyperovulation. Her life was filled with hardship, married off as a child, and abandoned by her husband. Despite this, she raised her children with resilience and strength. Her story highlights both the extremes of human biology and the power of survival. These individuals, and thousands like them, navigate a world that isn't built for their bodies, that stares but doesn't always see, that celebrates their uniqueness while sometimes forgetting their humanity. What makes their stories important isn't their appearance, it's their courage. They've taken traits that made them targets and transformed them into platforms for advocacy, representation, and change. They remind us that unique isn't a compliment or an insult, it's simply a fact. And what matters isn't how rare someone's features are, but how we treat the complete human being who carries them. Because at the end of the day, we're all unique in some way. Some of us just wear our uniqueness where everyone can see it.